The fourth question comes from Patrick Ruffini, also co-founder of RebuildTheParty.com. Patrick. And goes to Mike Duncan to start.
Thank you. This was a question selected by the RebuildTheParty.com community, and it is, Democrats united around the Iraq War as a way to build a movement that eventually elected Democratic majorities in Congress and Obama president. What will conservatives unite around to build a movement that will restore our party to power?
I think there are many possibilities. I think we have to start with the recognition that the big issue of our times are jobs, jobs, jobs in the economy. And I think there's going to be a huge difference between the Obama billion-dollar gamble that he's putting out as a stimulus package right now and what we believe in, that you cannot tax your way out of a recession. So I think that's going to be an opportunity. Another opportunity I see is the fairness doctrine. I'm willing to put resources in immediately to strike down any attempt to create a fairness doctrine in this country. I think that there are going to be many, many different opportunities like that available for us moving forward. We just have to be vigilant every day, watching the Obama administration, holding them accountable, making sure that they live up to their promises. I find it amusing that some of the people now are wanting to take this whole thing of good government and not live up to the responsibility of being the loyal opposition. That's what we've got to do, and we can do that with our friends all over the country on the net and on the web.
I think the critical issue here is movement to what, and what is it based on? Right now you have Republicans scratching their head going, who are we? What do we believe in? What do we stand for? And I think you can look first to the platform of this party, which in my view is one of the best political documents that's been written in the last 25 years. It gives you a sense of who we are and what we believe. And you take that and you drill it down and you make sure people appreciate what this cause has always been about. The individual, the freedom, the choices, the responsibilities, the opportunities. To strike whatever dream you want for yourself. My mama was a sharecropper's daughter who made $3.38, the most she's ever made in her life. Yet she watched her son become lieutenant governor of the state. And she's watched her son and her daughter do things in this America that denied her those opportunities. That's the movement I think we want to get back to creating. That's what Ronald Reagan moved us to realize our full potential and what we were about as Americans and as Republicans. I think you begin there, then the policies and the issues take care of themselves, because then you know what you're fighting for and why you're fighting.
I think it's where we're going to take the fight to. We are all going to sound very similar on some of these questions, but the next fight for the Republican Party is the 36 governors races that are up and 33 U.S. Senate races. We're going to have to take the fight back to the ground, and the members of the National Committee understand that and know that. And with that, with the Obama administration overreaching and overpromising and building a bigger government, we're going to have our opportunities in our states to elect some very responsible, conservative Republicans. And we're going to be able to elect them in places that people don't think it's possible. So I think they're going to give us a gift of an overreaching, overpowering government that will limit our freedom, that will limit our choices, whether it be in education or taxation, and that will give us an opportunity that I look forward to being a part of.
I think the opposition is establishing the agenda, whether it be card check, big budget, government, you name it, they're setting the agenda. We must be ready to respond effectively and decisively. It really starts with creating the technological framework. We must move voter vault to an open source. That would allow us to do more effective work at the grassroots level in the counties and in the states across the country. Look, my grandmother once said that she had a friend, I had an aunt on every stoop and every window of the housing projects in which I grew up in the early part of my childhood. The young people today have the internet. We had the auntie-net. Moved information just as fast. We must understand that this is not just about technology. This is about high tech and high touch. I'm going to be a leader that shows the competency in both high tech and high touch through effective communication and power sharing at the local level.
Yeah, I think if you look at where the conservative movement is going to go, or where the Republican Party in general will come back, I think we're going to find issues that will bring passion back to the fight. And the real question is, what is that going to be? I think one of the uniting factors for us will probably be something like a card check. The other one will be clearly the Obama administration has promised tremendous increases in spending, which either they're going to pay for by higher taxes or bigger deficits. So I think they're going to create tremendous opportunities for us as a party and as a movement to get involved and to regenerate kind of the grassroots fundamental activists around the country. So whether it comes from there, and again, I agree with what Kate is saying on the governor's front. I think one of the most exciting things that will happen to us is that the governors are the future of our party. We will be running some of the sharpest people, some of the new young leaders of this country who will emerge also on the national scene by 2012 that will really be setting some of the agenda items that we'll be talking about. What is the Republican alternative? What is the conservative alternative to the things that Barack Obama and his administration propose? And I think most of those will come from the states.
I think to answer your question, simple, winners and losers. I don't think there's any doubt that the Obama campaign and Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid are going to overreach on several agenda items that will inspire us to get involved. But the fundamental difference that's going to happen over the next couple of years is the Obama campaign is going to decide who the winners and losers are in this country. Whether it's through a bailout or through higher taxes or through more government programs or through health care, they're going to make the decision for you whether you're a winner and loser. And in our party, we believe the exact opposite, that individuals have the ability to win or lose based on their own hard work or lack of work. And I think a challenge for us as a party over the next 2 years is to make sure the American public knows the difference, that at the end of the day, the Republican Party is going to stand for individuals, making their own decisions and being successful on their own, or are they going to stand with the Democrats who are going to make all the decisions for you? It comes down to who decides who the winners and losers are.
Thank you.